A woman with no friends. Ladies and gentlemen, today I stand before you to speak on a topic that often goes unspoken: a woman with no friends. It's a situation that for many carries a sense of shame, isolation, or confusion. But what does it really mean, and what can we learn from it? We live in a world that places immense value on social connections. From the moment we are young, we're told that having friends is a mark of success, of being likable, of belonging. Social media constantly reminds us that friendships are something to be celebrated and displayed. And yet, for many women, there are times when friends may seem distant, absent, or even non-existent. The unseen journey. A woman with no friends may not necessarily be lonely. She could be going through a period of self-discovery, growth, or simply a phase where life has led her down a solitary path. Relationships change with time. Friends move, circumstances shift, and sometimes we grow apart from people we once held close. But the key here is this: a woman without friends is not a woman without worth. She is not broken, nor is she a failure. We must move away from this notion that having fewer social connections makes someone incomplete. The truth is, friendship is valuable, but self-respect is vital. Rediscovering strength in solitude. Many women find that in moments of solitude, they rediscover their strength. They find time to connect with their inner selves, their passions, and their dreams. They learn to trust themselves more deeply and realize that their value isn't determined by the size of their social circle, but by the depth of their character. In fact, history has shown us that some of the most resilient and revolutionary women have walked alone at times. Think of Louise, who, after experiencing deep personal pain, used her journey of isolation and healing to empower millions around the world. Or women like Maya Angelou, who taught us the power of self-reliance and grace, regardless of external validation. Being a woman without friends at a certain point in life can be an opportunity to reset, to heal from toxic relationships, or to simply reprioritize what matters most. It can be a time to cultivate self-love, something that is often neglected when we are busy trying to please or accommodate others. The power of reconnection. However, this doesn't mean that friendship is to be undervalued. When the time is right, a woman can reconnect with others from a place of authenticity. Healthy friendships, those built on mutual respect, shared values, and kindness, are gifts, but they should not be forced or rushed. Sometimes the best friendships are born not out of convenience or necessity, but out of a shared understanding that comes from having walked alone for a while. When a woman has taken the time to truly know and love herself, she attracts the right kind of friendships, ones that nourish and uplift, rather than drain or diminish. So to the woman with no friends today, know this: you are enough. Your value is not diminished because of the number of people who surround you. Use this time to build a deeper relationship with yourself, to nurture your dreams, and to grow stronger in your sense of who you are. Remember, being without friends does not make you less worthy of love, respect, or happiness. It's merely a chapter in your life's journey, one that can lead to new beginnings, deeper connections, and a stronger you. Society's expectation of friendships. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the strongest pressures we face in modern life comes from society's expectation of friendships. From a young age, we are taught that having friends is a symbol of success, likability, and social worth. We are led to believe that our value is, in part, measured by how many people we surround ourselves with and how well we fit into social circles. This pressure intensifies as we grow older, especially in the age of social media, where we constantly see images of groups of friends sharing happy moments, traveling together, celebrating life's milestones, and more. We scroll through endless photos of smiling faces, tagged friends, and celebratory posts, and we often unconsciously compare ourselves to these curated lives. If we find ourselves with fewer friends or going through a period of isolation, we might feel that something is wrong with us. The fear of being perceived as lonely or unpopular can cause deep feelings of inadequacy. But here's the truth: society's expectation of friendships is often unrealistic and can put unnecessary pressure on individuals, especially women. Just because society promotes the idea that a wide circle of friends is necessary for happiness doesn't mean it's true for everyone. We need to acknowledge that friendships, like any relationship, have their own rhythms. Some friendships fade away, and that's okay. There are moments in life when we are meant to walk alone, and that too is perfectly normal. In reality, quality matters far more than quantity. A small, close-knit circle of genuine friends or even one true friend can be infinitely more valuable than a large group of acquaintances. But society rarely promotes this idea. Instead, it glorifies having a bustling social life, making it seem as though not having that is a personal failing. We must shift our thinking. Society should not dictate our personal worth based on the number of friends we have. Friendships, while enriching and supportive, are not the sole measure of a meaningful life. True fulfillment comes from within, from being at peace with who you are, with or without the validation of others. Let us question society's expectation of friendships and instead place value on authentic connections, whether those are with friends, family, or even with ourselves. We need to redefine the narrative that tells us that having friends equates to happiness. In the end, what matters most is not how many people surround us, but how well we know and love ourselves. True friendship begins within, and that should be the foundation upon which all other relationships are built. We often hear that friendship is one of life's greatest treasures, and indeed it is. But today I want to explore a deeper and often overlooked question: how do we connect friendship to our sense of self-worth? This is a critical issue, especially in a world that equates social connections with personal value. Many people grow up believing that their self-worth is tied directly to the number of friends they have, or how popular they are. From school cliques to adult social circles, we are often conditioned to believe that our friendships are a direct reflection of who we are and how much we are worth. Society tells us that if you are liked, invited, included, and surrounded by others, then you must be a person of value. On the flip side, we are led to feel that if we find ourselves without close friends or in a period of solitude, then perhaps something is wrong with us. This belief can be incredibly damaging because it suggests that our value is something external, something that depends on the presence or absence of other people. But the reality is far from this societal myth. Our self-worth is intrinsic. It comes from within and is not contingent upon how many friends we have, how often we are invited to social events, or how many likes we receive on social media. Let's take a step back and reflect on this. Friendship is important, yes, but it is not the cornerstone of your value as a person. True self-worth comes from a deep understanding and acceptance of who you are, independent of anyone else's approval or companionship. If we allow ourselves to believe that our worth is based on external relationships, we are setting ourselves up for disappointment, because friendships, like all relationships, can fluctuate. People move away, life circumstances change, and sometimes friendships fade. Does that mean our self-worth should fade with them? Absolutely not. In fact, some of the most transformative periods of personal growth happen during times of solitude, when we are forced to confront who we are without the constant validation of others. It is during these times that we have the opportunity to cultivate a stronger sense of self-love, resilience, and independence. Being alone doesn't diminish your worth in many cases. It can enhance your sense of inner strength and self-awareness. Moreover, healthy friendships are built on the foundation of mutual respect and self-respect. If you enter into friendships with a solid sense of your own worth, you are far more likely to attract relationships that are fulfilling and enriching. Conversely, if you seek friendships from a place of insecurity or the need for validation, you may find yourself in relationships that are draining, imbalanced, or even toxic. Ladies and gentlemen, I encourage you to reframe how you think about friendships and self-worth. Yes, friendships can be wonderful, supportive, and enriching, but they should never be the basis of your value as a person. Your worth is inherent. You are valuable, not because of how many friends you have, but because of who you are at your core. Let's break free from the notion that we are only as valuable as our social networks and embrace the truth that our self-worth is something we carry with us at all times. Whether we are in the company of many or walking a path alone, our value remains constant. By nurturing our self-worth from within, we ensure that the friendships we do cultivate are ones of true connection, rather than relationships built on the shaky ground of external validation. In closing, remember this: your self-worth is not for others to define. It is not dictated by the presence or absence of friendships. It is yours to honor, protect, and nurture. And when you do, you'll find that the right friendships, those based on love, respect, and authenticity, will naturally follow. Today, I want to touch on something we all experience at various points in life, something that shapes us and often our relationships' life-shifting circumstances: Life is not a straight line. It is a journey filled with unexpected twists and turns, transitions in our personal lives, professional lives, and even within ourselves. These shifts, while inevitable, can have a profound effect on our friendships and social connections. Friendships, like all relationships, are dynamic. They evolve over time, just as we do. Sometimes friendships grow stronger as we share experiences and face challenges together. But other times, these bonds naturally fade as our lives take us in different directions. This doesn't mean failure or loss, it simply means change. As we move through life, our circumstances, whether it's career changes, moves to new cities, marriage, parenthood, or personal growth, can alter the fabric of our social circle. What we once had in common with someone may no longer be the case, and that's okay. Sometimes we outgrow certain relationships, not because of any conflict or falling out, but because our paths no longer align. Think about how life transitions affect us. We graduate, we change jobs, we move to new cities, we experience personal losses, or we go through phases of intense personal growth. With each of these shifts, we change, our priorities shift, our interests evolve. And sometimes the friends who were once our closest confidants may no longer fit into the picture of who we're becoming. On the other hand, there are times when shifting circumstances strengthen relationships in ways we didn't expect. As we go through major life changes, certain friendships may deepen as we find new levels of understanding and support in one another. Friends who once felt distant may re-enter our lives in new ways as we navigate shared experiences or new stages of life. But we must also recognize that, in some phases, solitude becomes a companion. There may be times when life's changes pull us into a season of self-reflection and independence. These periods, though often lonely, can also be incredibly empowering. They allow us to reflect on who we are becoming and to evaluate the relationships we want to nurture going forward. In these moments, it's not uncommon for us to shed friendships that no longer serve us, or to take time to cultivate a deeper relationship with ourselves.
Okay. Sure. 加个滤镜吧。